The men want to be step daddies.
Yeah. No, they do.
And I'm like, my kids are not looking for a daddy.
Who are these guys and where are you meeting them? Subscribe. Let's talk about it.
Single ladies with no kids, they feel like leave the childless men for the childless
They
women.
want us. The men want to be step daddies.
Yeah. No, they do.
And I'm like, my kids are not looking for a daddy.
Is this practice for y'all?
It is. It is. It definitely is. And I'm like, let's talk about your kids. Are you taking care of your kids? Listen, my kid's father at one point was like, no man's gonna want you.
Jokes on you.
The biggest lie I've ever heard on this universe. We need to put it in the Guinness Book of World Records.
Now, two things can be true at the same time, right? We get that. What we see here is when you see men that say that to you, that especially your baby daddies, that's a quality issue, right? That's that type of rhetoric is from men who are simply jealous that they no longer could be with you. But the truth is, we understand the nuance. It's not hard to understand here. When you have kids, you're dating value, not your human value, your person, who you are when you align with the stars, not any of that thing. But in the dating market, it becomes more complex. Your value sort of drops. And now we have to look at other things to make up for that. It's not a hard thing to understand. What we get confused, how we get confused about these issues is when simply say, no man's going to want you. No, want is a very easy thing. Man can swipe on Instagram. He can be doom scrolling and simply see your photo and want you and want to be with you, want to sleep with you, want to have sex with you, want to enjoy your body. But then when it comes down to, is this someone I want to wake up to? Is this someone I want to be the potential mother of my children? Despite me wanting to practice having children with you does not mean that I want to have children with you. This is confusing long-term intention with just short-term intention. And I know because they both have intention. They both seem kind of the same, but we're talking about who does a man actually see for long term. It's not a harder thing to understand. You can look at the type of men that get married, and then you can look at the type of women they're with. You don't really see men of means coming and saying, men of quality, men of character saying, okay, yes, you and you 2-3 kids, that's fine. This is exactly what I want. This is what I strive for. This is what I sacrificed years of my life. This is what I use deferred gratification to finally unlock. That's not what men are really saying. And I get it. When you're having conversations here and then try to parse it out to the rest of us, it doesn't really make sense. That's why men in mass are saying, that's not really what I want to do. Those men that you say that you want, those men of character, those men of substance, of income, they're not saying that. Now, don't get me wrong. If you want to find yourself in exactly the same position you are, being a single mom with a baby daddy, yeah, keep believing that. You find another man that comes and gives you the same type of attention, and you end up now with 2 kids, with 3 kids, with 4 kids, and you'll still keep yourself trapped in that little bubble that says, of course, someone's going to want me. Look at me, I'm attractive. We're very good at that attraction thing. We're very good at the beginning of the relationship. We're very bad at the middle part. And we're very good at the end part. We know how to get out of these things. We know how to blow them up. But when we're talking about attention, this is the fundamental error in our generation. Not just our generation, not just millennials. Then it goes down to Gen Z. Social media has made attention the number one commodity, the number one currency. So when you still have a lot of it, you think your value is still inflated. But because you don't have a way to parse out, to discern what attention is from what man, you don't get to say, is this a quality man that just liked my photo, or did I just see a heart? I just saw a view. Can I know what type of man actually viewed that? When you think about this, right? And I'm offering us a chance to think about this. When you take that step back, when you think about, and women often say this online, I know my man's not on Instagram. I know my man, my husband isn't on a dating app. So then why do we use that type of attention to bolster our ego? You know the type of man you want moves in a certain type of way. He's regimented, he's disciplined, he is not in the same areas that you seem to frequent or you seem to get a lot of your validation from. If you know your man's not in a club, why are you still going to the club? If you know your man's not on Instagram, why are you going there to look for men and look for that attention? This is how we get confused. This is how things get intertangled. But it doesn't have to be, because we're men. If you took the time to actually listen to what men are saying, rather than surrounding yourself in this echo chamber, in this bubble that makes you feel good, You know the type of quality men that you're around. You know you're around probably men that are similar to your baby daddy. That didn't work out for obvious reasons, and now you're around the same type of quality men, or you listen to them saying no man's ever going to want you in a ploy so he can keep you. I'll grant you that. Men absolutely do that, but he's not entirely wrong. No man is going to want you long term. Now, when we say no, we're painting with a wide brush. That's not what we're saying here. We're saying now it becomes harder. But that's hard. That's a harder thing to do in a comeback, in an argument. Bro, no man's going to, no. What he means, what he should be saying, men of means and men of quality are looking for a certain thing. If they can't get that, they'll keep moving on until they find that. They won't simply settle. That's one of the best things that happens to you when you become a man of substance and value, of income, and whatever demographic you want to use to put on that, how we want to slice that pie. What it creates is optionality. And when men finally get to that point in their lives, when they have optionality, then you can see what they really want. You just look at the data, you look at the marriages, you look at what men's, it does not matter how much you try to shame men. It doesn't matter how much you tell them what you're doing is wrong. They say, they understand, I've spent 2 decades building myself up to be someone that now has choice. I'm going to be with a consenting adult. A consenting adult. I don't care what the community says. In fact, I don't even subscribe to the community. I don't think we have a functioning community. The only time we say things like this is when you want to come and shame me back into line. And say, no, I'm good on that. You can complain, you can be mad, you can be upset, all you want over there. But over here, I'm going to do what I want. No, what I want necessarily isn't one with 3 kids. It's just not realistic. That's not what someone has actually worked for. You can imagine that conversation. I worked 2.5 decades of sacrifice, of making sure my money was right, making sure I can bolster myself to the point where I can take care of my immediate family and a potential family down the line. I can afford a house, I have a business. I've made something of myself. I'm a man of substance and character. Now, after all that work, the reward for that is for me to settle for something I don't want, or simply to listen to a community that largely abandoned you or mocked you or ignored you while you were building something of yourself, while you got joked, jeered, and people told you that you were not good enough, or you were not man enough, or you were not black enough. Now you're going to say, cool, let me just pick from one of those people that ridicule me. You don't really see that happening. Let's be realistic about so many things we're saying. I know it feels good. I know it feels good to hear it, to say it, to believe it, but you just have to open your eyes outside of your little group chat that say the same things, because they need that validation. They're putting that stuff out there into the world because it's what they need to intrinsically believe in order for them to say, my race is not run yet. It's not over yet. In truth, there are other things that you should be doing as a young woman with kids. There's other ways that you can increase your odds of getting to that type of man. But we don't have that set up. We don't have that streamlined. We don't have that system set up to actually help you. It never says anything about your character. It never says anything about the quality of the person you are. It never says anything about what that man wants. What you end up doing is substituting it for what you believe and what you hope to be true. All you have to do is open your eyes and see that, hey, that's not really what's happening. And it can't be the men's fault, because I've been largely ignoring them. I've been speaking in their place for such a long time, I don't even know what their voice sounds like. Now listen, if you disagree, let me know down in the comments below. If you see other videos on your screen, check those out. Let me know your thoughts about those and those videos. And of course, if you listen to my voice now, you have not subscribed, I think you should. We're just trying to build something dope. I'll see you in the next one.